We have a long overdue haul video, tons of books from the past few months, different places, shops, cons, comic book shows. So stick around to see what I've been picking up. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Andrew here, Comic Fanatic 86, back again with another video. So today we have another comic book haul. As you can see, it's long overdue. These books have just been piling up. This is over the past few months. It's going to be, I don't remember exactly where I got all these books as I'm showing them, but it's just been from comic book shows, cons in the area, a bunch of my LCSs and all that kind of thing. Before we get into the books, if you like this kind of content, comic book hauls and CGC unboxings, all that stuff, please hit that subscribe, like, and comment down below. Let me know what you think of the books. And let's just get right into it. So we're actually going to start off with something a little different, not comic books. We have some original art. So I was messaged by somebody on Craigslist. So I have an ad on Craigslist, saying that I buy collections, because I will buy collections if you're, if they come along. If you are in the Rhode Island area, Connecticut, Massachusetts, let me know if you have a collection you want to sell, and I'd be more than happy to take a look at it. But this guy hit me up on Craigslist, and he said that he had some comic books. I did buy those books. They're not in this haul. I kind of sold them and stuff. But he also said he had some original art. So I took a look at it, what he had, stuff that he did himself, local guy. So I bought a few pieces. He had probably 75 to 100 different things, and I bought 3. I actually might go back and buy a few more. So let's start off with that. So first off, he had Spectre. I've always liked the Spectre. He's it's a cool looking character. These are all just black and white, but yeah, I thought it was cool. And these were cheap too. They were like, I think they were like $8 bucks each. This Batman one, it almost looks like it's not finished, but I just thought it was cool. I just grabbed 3 that like stood out to me, but I might go buy some more of these. So. And then lastly, Daredevil, I thought was the best one that he had there. And yeah, it's pretty cool, man. So yeah, pick those up from a local guy. Some original art. I might get them. I might frame them. You can get like a cheap frame and put them up. They're just cool little decoration pieces. But put that off to the side. So let's get into the comic books, man. So yeah, again, this is not everything that I've bought in the past, 3 months or so. It's a fraction of what I bought, but a lot of that stuff, gets processed and sold on my Instagram sales. I do Instagram sales every week, 2 sales a week. So if you're not following me on Instagram, please, do so as well. I'll leave a link in the description, but I do 2 sales a week on Instagram. But then stuff gets processed and it gets pressed and slabbed. I send books to CGC. So yeah, this is just a fraction of what I've been getting. So we'll start off with actually some magazines. I have been kind of on a kick it started last year or a couple years ago, and around Halloween every year I kind of pick up stuff like this. But these are from different places. So I got Creepy number 113. Really cool looking book. These magazines are cool, and a lot of these that I picked up are actually in pretty nice shape. Next, we have Creepy number 123. Really nice painted cover. This one's got a little, this is more like mid-grade, but still pretty nice. This one is actually in really nice shape. We have Creepy number 124. Really cool cover. I don't know who does a lot of these magazine covers, but I've been getting into them. We switch over to Eerie. I love this cover. This cover is also number 35. Really cool book. This one's got a little staple rust, unfortunately, but it's all good. This one, another great werewolf cover, Eerie number 48. Some spine wear on it. Next up, this cover like creeps me out for whatever reason. Kids Look Away. Got, you know, if you look up there, got a little nudity, but Eerie number 58. Yeah, cool pirate cover. Love this sci-fi one. Number 77. Again, a little bit of, this one don't actually see anything, but it's very, very close. But yeah, beautiful. I love those colors, man, like the neon, like orange and green and pink and stuff. Cool looking book. This one cracked me up when I saw it, so I had to grab it. Eerie number 79. Just some skeletons playing football. Yeah, that was funny, man. I like that one. That was a cool book. And then this last Eerie, we have Eerie number 80. Yeah, I like that one too. So, yeah, I've been getting into magazines. Last magazine we have. This is actually, so this one was I was really happy to find this one. The Haunt of Horror. This is actually issue number 1. I don't. This is a Bob Larkin cover. His signature's down there. You can see it, but yeah, this is a Bob Larkin cover. Awesome werewolf. This is number 1. So I was really happy to find this. Yeah, I've been getting into horror, you know, over the past few years. This next little stack is going to be some more horror books as well. But these are, so this is actually what I really like to collect. I mean, I love pre-code horror, but that stuff gets expensive. I have a few, but I mean, you know, you can make a $1,000 mistake like that. So I'm not necessarily as well versed in that kind of stuff, but I'm getting into it. But I love picking up these because they are, you can get really nice copies that are affordable. So DC Bronze Age Horror, I think, is super undervalued. The Marvel Bronze Age Horror, I don't like as much because it's just a little too cartoony, and it has a little bit, it's a little too colorful for me. I like the you know, the kind of like the creepier cover, you know, darker covers. So yeah, so I picked up some nice DC Bronze Age Horror. You can get these books for cheap, man. These are really, really nice books to add to your collection. So I do collect this stuff. Unexpected number 146. And these are like $2. This is like $2. A bunch of these were pretty cheap. This is a really, really nice looking copy. We have The Witching Hour number 24. This one was like $8. It was a little more, but it's in nice shape. Awesome cover. Some of these I might already have, and if I do, then I'll probably just, like, you know, keep the better of the two and then sell the others. The Black Magic number 2. This one has a crease right up there in the corner, you can see. But other than that, it's actually a really nice copy. Yeah, number 2. Black Magic number 5. This is one I'm pretty sure I already have. But yeah, just like a great, like, hawk swooping down or whatever it is, or it's not swooping down, a baby is like shooting this thing out. It's like, that's using black magic. So that's a cool book. This is a great cover. It has some spine wear, but you know, just a solid mid-grade. It was like, this was $1.50, so I picked it up. Ghost number 6. Yeah, cool book. These books actually do get expensive if you get in like the really super high grade 9.6, 9.8 range. Some of these books do command quite a bit of money. But yeah, Ghost number 12, again, $2. I'll never leave this stuff like this behind for $2. I'll buy every, you know, because I frequent a lot of stores in my area. Quite often, you know, monthly or bi-monthly, and I go to every show in the area, cons and all that stuff, and I'll dig through boxes. If I find stuff like that for like $2, I'll never leave it, no matter even if it's a beat copy. We have House of Secrets 107. That was $1. So this is a really cool cover, man. This is great. House of Secrets 123. The melting head ice cream cone. This one I know I already have as well, so I'll probably just keep the better copy and then sell whatever. House of Secrets number 127. $2. Technically not Bronze Age, this is Silver Age. We have House of Mystery number 175. But it's, you know, it's in the same, you know, vein. Cool book. House of Mystery 215. This one looks like it had, it's got a little grease pen on there, but in number 215. $2. This one is really cool. I would love some of these books. I'd love to get them in really high grade and get them slabbed. But this is a Bernie Wrightson cover, man, from 1975. Was that Bernie Wrightson too before? No, it's not. So this is a Bernie Wrightson cover. We have 217. House of Mystery 217, just like this stump coming to life in a swamp coming to life. Beautiful book, man. Anything Bernie Wrightson does command a little bit more of a premium as well. This is not a Wrightson, I don't think. 218. No, it's not. Number 218. This one has a little bit more wear. It's got, you know, it's got creasing down there at the bottom, you can see, but still cool book. And I did grab a couple of Marvel #1s just because, you know, they were in really nice shape. So these I actually got from a one of my local comic book stores. It is called That's Entertainment in Worcester. And what they do is they do 20% off if you buy 20 or more back issues. Whenever I go, I usually go once every month because they're constantly putting in new stock in their back issues, like daily, tons of stuff. So it really benefits you to go there often because they put in key issues all the time. So if you buy 20 or more back issues, they do 20% off. And I always end up with a stack of like 40 books or more. I might start doing spotlights on stores that I go to in my area, just because, you know, it's just nice to, you know, I spend a lot of time in these stores when I go to, hours. So I can definitely get some videos. I might start doing that and do hauls that way of like a specific store that I go to, just all the books that I got. But we'll see. But I grabbed these because the price was right for the condition. I thought that they were in, you know, really solid mid-grade, you know, upper mid-grade. Like this is probably about a 6.0 or so. Yeah, it's probably about a 6.0. Chamber Chills #1. Again, I don't really collect the Marvel the Marvel Bronze Age horror, but it was like $12, and I thought that it really kind of popped, so I just grabbed that one. And I did grab this one too. This one, I've had a couple copies, but this is a nicer one. Again, yeah, this is probably a 5.5 to 6.0 as well. Chamber of Darkness #1. Again, this is about $12. So I thought it was a solid price. These next few books I got at a local show. I don't normally collect this kind of stuff, but I actually might start because I am really kind of digging it now for whatever reason. It just kind of hit me. This Disney stuff, older and newer. So first one I picked up was The Return of Aladdin, Jafar's Revenge, #1. But it is a newsstand copy. It does have some spine ticks, but it was $1, and it's a newsstand, and I just really love that. Is a really cool cover. Awesome cover of Jafar, Aladdin, and Jasmine, and man, it's just a really, really good looking book. So I grabbed it, and then this one, this is nostalgia for me. I loved the show growing up. We had DuckTales. DuckTales #1, again, it is a newsstand. This one has a little bit of foxing at the top, and the back has like a chip at the top. So I might look for this in a nicer copy, but it was like $2.50. So again, newsstand, not as easy to find. DuckTales #1, that's some nostalgia for me, man. I love it. And now some books I've really never collected in my life, but I don't know, man, just something about this one specifically really kind of popped to me, and I'm like, I might start collecting these books. So we have Daffy Duck. This is actually issue number 46. And again, these were cheap. So this is Gold Key. When it comes to these kind of books, you can find them for really, really cheap. they're going to be lower grade, but you can get, you can get these books for dollars, a couple of bucks. Some of this kind of stuff does, again, command a premium in higher grade, but if you just want some cool stuff to add to your collection, man, like this is a great looking cover. It is lower to mid grade, but it presents fairly well. It does have a tear right up top. That's kind of like the biggest issue. Other than that, it's not bad. And for $1.50, like, that's a cool book. Next up, we have Walt Disney Comics and Stories. This is number 258 from 1962. This one's got some staple rust and a spine roll, but again, like $2. These covers I don't love as much. I love that Daffy Duck cover. It looks great. Walt Disney Comics and Stories. This is issue number 276. Again, same thing. It does have some little staple rust, but. And then Walt Disney's Comics and Stories. This is issue number 311. Yeah, 311. Just cool books to grab for cheap. All right, so the next few books, I don't remember exactly where I got them. Yeah, a bunch of these I don't remember where I got, but I just picked them up because the price. We have The Astounding Wolfman, free comic book day. This is the first appearance of the Wolfman from Invincible. I think he's going to be showing up in the next season, so he might be. We have Strange Tales number 171. So it's a nice looking copy. Number 173. I believe this is the first appearance of Black Talon. I could be wrong, but I think it's the first Black Talon. And yeah, solid copy. It does have this. It does got it has a little bit going on up there. I don't know. It's like color rub, but yeah, other than that, it's actually a solid looking copy. I have a bunch of copies of this. I'm kind of specking on it a little bit. We have Incredible Hulk number 228. This is the first appearance of Moonstone. This is a newsstand copy, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, they were mostly newsstands back then. This is from 1978, so they were primarily newsstands. It's mid-grade. High-grade newsstands are rare because, they're on the stand. Kids are looking at them. They're getting really, really beat up. But just because it's a newsstand from that era does not make it rare. They're just rare in high grade. Or more rare, I guess you should say. But mid-grade stuff, that's what you're going to get most of the time. Next one, I just like this book. Walt Simonson cover. Marvel Premiere number 57. It's first appearance of Doctor Who in American comics. Yeah, just never had it for the PC. Figured I'd grab it. Again, one that I have a bunch of copies of. If I'm not mistaken, this is the first Rogue Squadron. I could be wrong. It might be a different issue, but I thought it was this. This is the first appearance of somebody, but Star Wars number 60. I do have a few copies of that as well. Kind of specking on that one a little bit. I know the Rogue Squadron movie, I believe, just got canceled, but we'll see. This is just a book that I've actually never seen it before. This was the first time I saw it, and I was like, wow, I just have to have it. It's not expensive. It's cheap. Hulk number 294. I just absolutely love that cover. I had never seen it, and it just jumped out at me. I had to grab it. It was $2. This is not an expensive book, but this is the type of book that I would actually like to get in a 9.8, just because, I mean, that cover is just really, really cool, man. Awesome, awesome cover. So, I'll grab that one. Next, this is some other stuff that I'm starting to collect. I decided once I picked these up, I've had these kind of copies and I've sold them because I do, so on Instagram, I do a Tuesday sale of bigger keys and then a Thursday sale of all $5 books. So I've sold like a bunch of like these copies of books like this for like $5. But yeah, I had a bunch of like multiples and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to start collecting these Lady Death covers. I mean, they're great. They're like really, really nice looking books. Really great covers, and you can get them for pretty cheap. Yeah, I'm gonna start collecting these, I think. So we have that one. I don't know what issue number that is because they usually never say the issue number on the front. I forget what issue that is, but we have the swimsuit special. Number 1, beautiful, beautiful book, man. These Lady Death covers are great. And then we have the lingerie issue number 1. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. I'm gonna start collecting those books. They're cool. The next few were just cover buys. I don't know, less than cover price actually for most of them, but I got them at a local show. They were like cover price, but then half off. So Stray Dogs number 1. This is the 4th print, just an homage to Bram Stoker's Dracula. This is another thing. This is another thing that I might start grabbing is these homage covers. I'm a sucker for an homage cover, and they do a really good job with these Stray Dogs ones. And they're cheap now. They were expensive, you know, when it came out. There was a lot of spec behind it, but now they're cheap, and you can get them for good prices. So that was half of cover price. I'll buy that all day. Half a cup was like $2. What was it? Yeah, like $2.50, something like that. Same thing here. We have Amazing Spider-Man number 1, but this is the Scotty Young variant. I like Scotty Young. I don't love him, but when I do see covers that I like, I will buy them all day. Same thing with this one. This is the Savage Spider-Man number 1, Scotty Young variant. I like that cover. And then this is a cover artist that I will buy every single book that he comes out with. I don't care. Gabriel Dell'Otto is my favorite artist. I will buy every book that comes out if I can afford it. And there's some crazy books that are really, really out of reach with Dell'Otto, but Dell'Otto don't miss. And yeah, this is War of the Realms number 1, the Thor cover. Absolutely beautiful book. None of the stuff does his, nothing on video or pictures do his books justice. Like when you see them in person, they just hit different. But another cover by, I just really liked it. Masters of the Universe Revelation number 2. I just thought it was a really, really great cover. And I think I paid like $1 or $2 for it. Yeah, just a really cool Dark Horse book. Beautiful Masters of the Universe cover. Yeah, it looks great. The next few books I am really happy to get. So if you've been watching my channel, you've seen my hauls, you know that I am working on this collection. I'm working on the anniversary, the 25th anniversary border collection. So I'm down to 20 now. I only need 9 more. 2 of them are the hard ones, and then just a couple random ones, which for some reason I'm having kind of trouble finding. But I was happy to get this. We have G.I. Joe number 53. So this one, I actually have 2 other copies of this that are on their way to CGC. They're 9/8 candidates. I have this one, these, and I have the Masters of the Universe. But they're 9/8 candidates. I don't want these. I'm not going to keep these books in 9/8. Like, I just want them raw. Like a nice solid, you know, VF to kind of near mint minus, VF near mint minus range, like, you know, 8.5 to 9.2 range is what I want these books raw. So if those books come back 9.8, they were just strictly to sell. Like, I don't want to keep them. But this one, I didn't notice when I got home, it's got a little issue up there at the top, so I might not keep that. We'll see. This one's really cool though, Transformers 22. This one's not super easy to find either, for whatever reason. Not one of the expensive ones, but a little harder to find. I'm having trouble. Obviously, you know, there's the 2 big ones, but I'm having trouble finding the Marvel Age one. I'm having trouble finding the Sensational Spider-Man, the Heathcliff. For whatever reason, those are like eluding me. But we have Incredible Hulk number 325. Nice looking book. This one was actually not easy to track down either. And when I say track down, I mean you can go online and buy these books on eBay. there's tons of copies. But I like to hunt through back issues and at shows and cons. So that's part of the fun of, you know, of digging and collecting, is not just doing it the easy way, for me anyway. That's how I like to do it. But Conan the King, number 37. For whatever reason, this was a little bit harder for me to track down. Happy to get it. This book I was very happy to get. This is one of the harder ones to get too. So obviously, you know, the Muppet Babies, and then the Care Bears are the two most expensive ones. They're hard to get. This is the third. This is the third most expensive in the set, is Ewoks, number 10. So I was able to get this at my LCS. That's Entertainment. It does their 20% off, 20 books or more, $12. Super happy to get this. That's the third most expensive and one of the hardest to get. Pumped. So these last few books I got from an LCS that does a 50% off sale. So 3 times a year they do half off all of their comic books. The name of it is Comically Speaking in Reading, Massachusetts. They're about an hour or so from me. And they do a half off comic books 3 times a year. Whenever they do, I stock up. I got tons of stuff. I got tons of stuff to sell. I got tons of stuff to get graded and slabbed and everything. And then I got some books that I'm just going to keep in my PC. So Star Wars, first one I got, Star Wars Legacy, number 0. This is the first cameo, I believe, of Darth Talon. Pretty solid looking copy. It's got a little thing over here, but I grabbed 5 or 6 copies of this. They had a bunch. I grabbed them. I grabbed a bunch. A couple of them I'm gonna get pressed and slabbed. 98 candidates. This book was hot a while ago. It has since cooled down, but it's still a $10 to $15 book raw. And 98 still go for about 100 to maybe 125. You know, about $100. They were probably 250 at one point, but they have since come down. But still, it's a great Adam Hughes cover. So, and then this one, same thing. I grabbed a bunch. They had a bunch of copies. I grabbed like 5 or 6 copies of this. This is the Matrix promotional comic book when the movie came out, and this is a recalled comic book. If it's a first print, it's recalled. I don't know if they actually made any other prints, but yeah, this one is. It was recalled because it was extremely violent. I actually haven't read it. I might read this because, yeah, I grabbed like 6 copies again. This book was a $100+ book raw about a year or 2 ago, and 98s were 500 plus. It has definitely come down a lot, but it's still probably about a $25 or so book in this shape, raw. And then 98s will still command $250 on a good day, and about $200 to $225 on a bad day. They're still not cheap in a 98. But yeah, apparently, so this book, I hadn't seen it before, like, that was hype. Like, I really didn't know about it. I don't know how many they printed, but yeah, I guess when the newest movie came out a year or 2 ago, this one definitely, you know, it picked up steam. And when it was kind of brought to the attention of everyone that it was a recalled comic book, it got even more popular. So yeah, it's definitely one that's cooled down, but still a great book to have. And yeah, a couple of them will be in my, you know, upcoming Instagram sales. A couple of them I'm gonna get pressed and slabbed. Might be 98 contenders. Next book I picked up just because it's a number 1 and it's in really, really nice shape. So we have Captain Savage and his Leatherneck Raiders, number 1, $12 I got at that half off sale. And, you know, it's got this issue right here on the spine. It's got, like, you can kind of tell right there. It does have some a little bit of ticks right there. It might have been from a previous bag. But other than that, this book is in like 9.0 shape. Unfortunately, that, you know, brings it down quite a bit. But man, it presents very well. It's like, I've never had this book. It's one of those premiere issues from 1968, I want to say, or 1966 possibly. But they did a bunch of premiere issues So I wanted to get it because I have most of them. I actually might have all of them now. Next up, we have the Incredible Hulk. God, I love this cover, man. 109. Herb Trimpe cover, Kazar and the Savage Land. This is a fantastic cover. At the sale, it was $50, so I ended up getting it for $25. And this is a really nice looking copy. Again, I collect the top 10s of like Silver Age Marvel. Of course, you know, you want the X-Men 1 through 10 and Fantastic Four 1 through 10, Spider-Man and stuff like that. But this also, you know, Silver Age Marvel, like it's going to be like 102 to 111 for Hulk. So this is 109. Beautiful cover. This is in really nice shape. Solid like 6.0 range, maybe a little bit higher. It's gorgeous. So for 25 bucks, I had to pick that up. Undervalued book in my opinion. And then the same thing, same price, because it's very, very nice. We have the Incredible Hulk number 111. So this is going to be the last of that 1 through 10 of the Hulk, because it goes 102 to 111 would be the top 10 for Silver Age. For that, you know, that issue. Obviously, he's in 1 through 6, his original 1 through 6, but number 111, and again, this is in really nice shape. This is like VF minus, and it was the same price, 25 bucks. It does have one little, like that on the bottom. Little focus is the biggest issue. That little ding. Oh, man, it's a nice copy other than that. Beautiful book. Last book of the haul, guys. It's been a long video, but, you know, it's a long overdue haul. I actually got this from a show. But it was half off, and I had to get it. This is one that I was thinking about selling, but, you know, again, I wanted to complete the 1 through 10s of these Silver Age runs, and this is one of them. So we have X-Men number 5. This is a low-grade copy. It's probably like a 1.5. Yeah, it's probably like a 1.5. But it's complete. It's all there. Everything's attached. You know, but as you can see, it's got issues. You know, it's definitely a low-grade copy, but it's X-Men number 5, and it was $100. I paid $100 for this book. You know, it was one that I was contemplating selling, but yeah, now I think I only need, for the X-Men 1 through 10, I need 1, 2, and 4. 1, 2, and 4, and then I have all of the X-Men 1 through 10. So this is just crosses one off that list, and so I got to keep it. But yeah, I was super happy to get this for $100. X-Men number 5, second appearance of the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, second Quicksilver, second Scarlet Witch, third Magneto, I believe. Yeah, I believe it's third Magneto. Great book, man. Awesome book. That's going to do it for my haul, guys. I hope you enjoyed some really cool books I'm happy to add to the collection. Again, if you like this kind of content, please hit that like, comment, and subscribe. It'll really help out the channel. I will leave links in my description for my Shortbox profile, for my Instagram as well, because I sell on Instagram, again, every Tuesday and every Thursday. I do big Instagram sales, so give me a follow there. That's going to be it for me. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys on the next one.